With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Live from iRacing's virtual Knoxville Raceway, welcome sim racing fans to the Cross Series League Racing Winged Sprint Cars at Knoxville, presented by Nexus Fabrication, live on Apex Racing TV. Happy that you can all join us for the end of the week celebration on Sunday night. I'm your host, Joshua Lee. Alongside with me in the commentary booth is Austin Knight, with Marco Barbanera down in the virtual production trailer, and race control for today provided by 24/7 Race Control. And Austin, we're already getting set to take the grid for heat number 1, but as we take a look at the points, Adam Thompson starting to catch up to Trevor Anderson at race pace. It's going to be an interesting battle to see if Adam Thompson can fully catch up to Anderson here in this round from Knoxville. So we take a look at that Heat 1 grid.
Yeah, Heat 1 coming right up very soon. And, you know, championship, it is big because this is the last round of our wing sprints before we go into a different series. Tagar starting up on pole for Adam Thompson in second place for our first heat. Tyler Coates, Bobby Ross, Jimmy Hawat, Mike Sorum, Josh Clark, and Scott Benavaldes at the back of our 8-car heat number 1 here at Knoxville in our beautiful wing sprint cars.
And we get ready for heat number 1. We'll go racing for 1 heat, then we will go racing for a second. We'll have the 3rd heat skipped, so we'll go straight to the consolation following the conclusion of heat number 2. Then we'll have a 10-lap consolation and a 30-lap feature race. 8 laps for each of the heats, or 10 minutes, whichever one comes first, but no cautions here in the heat. So we'll go racing for that 8 laps, and 4 will advance to the feature, so we'll cut 4 from each of these heats. 8 cars here in the first one, expecting around 8 cars to be in the second one. So Austin getting ready to go racing here at Knoxville. This track so unique. There you can see the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum. It's basically built for these cars, and it creates some very exciting racing from the top to the bottom.
It certainly does. Knoxville, the home of sprint car racing. Probably the, I would say the Daytona. The Charlotte of sprint car racing. If we can do that. I know Charlotte has a dirt track, and I probably just pissed somebody off with that. Sorry, don't care. I would say the Daytona would be Eldora, but Knoxville is it's home to the Knoxville Nationals. How can you not love this place?
And this track is so unique as well. It's one of the largest dirt oval tracks in the nation, and also is one of the flattest as well. Almost no banking on this track at all, so these drivers are going to be flat tracking it around the top of the racetrack. That is always the dominant line here at Knoxville, but the bottom lane can be used for those slide jobs. Ready to go racing here from Knoxville. Who is going to walk away with the Heat 1 win? It's Adam Thompson leading the field to green on the outside line. Trey Garst down the inside in the number 44. And we are underway in Heat number 1. They dive it into turn 1. Already getting loose in the back is Mike Storm in the 69. He's able to save it as he gets the power down. But here comes Thompson to the inside. He'll slide into line with Trey Garst. They go through turns 3 and 4. Still single file at the front. Side-by-side battle between Bobby Ross and Tyler Coates for third.
Garst hit a little bit, bump on the exit of turn 1, and oh, Thompson gets into the front of Garst. Garst goes flying out to the barrier wall, but Garst keeps it in control now, and he falls down into 5th place. He needs to get out that position, or else he's going to be dropped down. Thompson's got a good lead, and then the fight for second, it's Coach Ross Garst, who around the outside, but Garst, he's getting into the back of the 37.
Howitt in the middle did get contact with Garst behind him. The 44 of Trey Garst went from starting on the pole to trying to fight for a transfer spot in about 3 laps. He's trying to get by Howitt now to get that transfer spot back. You're on board with the number 44 now as he dives it into 3, goes for the slide job.
That's so
Jimmy
tight.
Howitt in the 37. He's not going to be able to get it. He's not going to be able to get side by side as they race back through 1.
It's so tight to make it work down there. It has that giant berm on the very apex of the corner here at Knoxville. See right on the back wall bar right here on Showtime. Trey Garst right now.
Looking at the side-by-side battle in front of him. Where is he going to go to try and get this transfer spot?
Looking on
he
the
tries
inside.
to look down the inside. He gets a block on him from the 37 of Howitt. Still trying to run the inside, but look at Bobby Ross, the 33 on the outside line, trying to hold strong. He's going to fall to 5th. Garst is going to grab that 4th spot, but not for long. Ross is going to continue to fight back on the outside. Garst trying to hold it in 4th. He'll do exactly that. Bobby Ross going to slide back. Still side by side here up front. The final lap is out. Adam Thompson leads. Now trying to fight for 3rd is Garst. Howitt's going to take that spot back, but through 3 and 4,
down
Garst
the inside.
goes for another slider, but Thompson's going to walk away with the Heat win. It's Coates in 2nd. Garst is going to get 3rd, and a photo finish at the line. Howitt takes 4th, and Bobby Ross, the first driver, going to the consolation.
Beautiful slide job by Garst. He caught Howitt trying to defend the outside line, and he couldn't do it. Garst found his opportunity, wasn't patient for it, and just snuck in there. Adam Thompson takes it away, followed by Tyler Coates and Trey Garst in 3rd place. Jimmy Howitt in 4th, followed by Bobby Ross, Josh Clark, Scott in 7th, with Mike Sorum in 8th place. And that is your Heat 1 results. Over to Josh for Heat number 2.
Rob Crawley on the pole for Heat number 2. Ashley Molyneux to his outside. We've seen Ashley be incredibly quick here in the the oval side of things. Good finish at Cedar Lake. Good finish at Eldora as well. She'll look to try and get another one here at Knoxville. It's Robert Schwenkler in 3rd. Alex Anderson in 4th. Trevor Anderson in 5th. He's still trying to keep on to that points lead. It's with James Keir and Chet Duranic back from there in the top 7 spots here in Heat number 2. As everybody rolls off onto the dirt once again, we're going to cut 3 drivers now from this one. Austin and Molyneux up front, Anderson as well. Crawley's there with Schwenkler. Those are the top 4 starting spots. But James Keir, Trevor Anderson, 2 fast drivers, and they're going to start right behind those first two rows.
Indeed, and this front row is looking very good, but that second row, Anderson and Schwenkler, looking very nice as well. But those back 3 cars, they're going to be feisty. And I'm expecting one of them to make some good moves up through this pack. And, well, we continue on our pace lap. Lights are out on our pace car. So, you know what? Let's get a rockin'. Let's get a roll. Let's get down and dirty. Heat 2 is coming up near you. Live from Knoxville Speedway, home of the National Sprint Car Hall of Fame and Museum.
Field working 2x2 down the back straightaway, looking at turns 3 and 4. It's Crawley going to lead the way with Ashley Molyneux to his outside. Schwenkler, Anderson, Trevor Anderson, James Keir, and Chet Duranic rounding out the 7 drivers here in Heat 2. ready to go racing. The green flag is up, and we are now racing in Heat 2. Crawley's going to get away well. Ashley Molino to the outside. Sliding up the racetrack is going to be Schwenkler trying to cover off that outside spot, but staying up there is going to be Alex Anderson in the number 67 as they race through turns 3 and 4. Still side by side for a bit. Fighting on the inside is still Schwenkler, but Anderson's holding strong.
Ashley trying to hold it around the outside. She's still trying to hold it around the outside. Right behind Crawley as Schwenkler and Anderson are side by side. Schwenkler goes down to the inside. Anderson's going to try to go for the swim drag, for the slide jump, but it's going to be Schwenkler holding off Anderson right there for that coveted third spot as everyone starts to line out right now, find their groove, stay on that dry patch, and, well, just try to find that cushion. Once again, Crawley defending onto the inside. Ashley looking for that outside line, trying to set a giant move up. Looks like Ashley's front right tire might be off the ground just to tap it. They might have hit the wall.
We'll see what happened with Ashley Molino. It doesn't look like anything that did happen affected that sprint car too much. She's still holding her own there in second place. Taking a look at Trevor Anderson, you're on board with the 211 for race pace. We have settled out to absolutely no difference in the field from when we took the green flag here in the heat to now. James Keir able to get around Trevor Anderson now. That's the only spot difference, but Anderson trying to hold his own on the outside, but the 211 is going to fall down into P6. Now 2 spots away from a transfer, and the current points leader might be heading to the consolation.
Alex Anderson and Trevor Anderson, both of them are kind of struggling right now as that late move really helping him. And you see Trevor just stuck behind James Keir. And James with a very good move. Rob Crawley is just running away with this. Half a second, white flag in the air. One more lap around this flat track. And Crawley leading up to 7/10 now to Ashley in second place. Then it's Schwenkler, Anderson, Keir, Anderson, and Direct at the back of this grid. Coming across the line at the end of heat number 2. Robert Crawley is going to take the win.
Great run for Crawley, a great run for Molino, Schwenkler, and Alex Anderson taking the win there. And we will not run a consolation. We're in the warm-up for the feature. We'll take a short break here on Apex Racing TV. It's feature time when we come back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back to live coverage of Cross Series League Racing 410 wing sprint car action from the virtual Knoxville Raceway. Joshua Lee, Austin Knight back with you here in the booth as we get ready for the feature race tonight. It was Rob Crawley who took the win in heat number 2. Molino, Schwenkler, Anderson, that's out 4 with Keir, Anderson, and Duranic back from there. Now, we only had 15 cars registered, which means we will not run a consolation. Every driver has qualified for the feature race, so those heats have now determined how they will start. And it's Adam Thompson who will start on the pole, Rob Crawley in second, Tyler Coates third, Ashley Molino fourth, with Trey Garst rounding out the top 5, Robert Schwenkler in 6th, Jimmy Howitt in 7th, Alex Anderson 8th, Bobby Ross 9th, with James Keir gonna round out that top 10. Josh Clogg, Trevor Anderson on the 6th row, Scott Benavidez in 13th, Chet Duranic in 14th, with Mike Sorum rounding out the 15 cars ready to take the green flag here in the feature. So Austin, as we get ready for the feature, Adam Thompson showing his speed, Rob Crawley has showed his speed, everybody pretty much from first all the way down to 6th, 7th even, I'd say, with Robert Schwenkler, has been relatively quick tonight. Any of them have a chance to win this feature race.
any of them do. And as they come on, let's do this like we do it sprint car style. The fireworks are firing off and everyone's ready here to let these babies fly. But oh, that's why I love Knoxville. They know how to throw a party and they know how to throw it nice, wild, and crazy. Fireworks are exploding in the air and just Americana vibes are all over the place right now. This is dirt track racing. This is Knoxville.
Well, in the spirit of the world of Outlaws, I think it's safe to say, Knoxville Raceway, you wanted the best. You got him to abreast. It's often imitated, but it's never duplicated. It's the greatest show on virtual dirt, the 410 World of Outlaws winged sprint cars, and we're getting ready to go racing from virtual Knoxville. The fireworks will conclude. The pace truck gonna pull into the safety of pit lane, and Adam Thompson is gonna be in control of the field with Rob Crawley to his outside, Tyler Coates, Ashley Molyneux, Trey Garst, the top 5. The pace truck is in, and the green flag is shown. 30 laps, and it's feature time from Knoxville.
Green, and away we go. The 407 gets a great jump. The 35 of Crawley falls down into 3rd place as Coates is trying to get his way down to the inside. The 244 gets battle. It's a bad line right there from Coates as he goes way up the field, almost into Ashley, who swings around to the outside. The 57, 51 jumps into 3rd place right there. Beautiful move around the outside as everybody else trying to spread out, trying to find some dirt to get it rolling here.
Talk about a huge slide there from Coates. He was able to save it, made no contact with anybody. Battle for the lead. Here comes Rob Crawley with a bit of a slider. He's going to get loose on the inside, having to chase that car. Now he's going to have Molyneux to his outside. Adam Thompson trying to hold that lead on the outside line. Coming up on the lap machine.
We got a car around.
And the caution flag is out for the first time.
We got a car around on the front straight. I believe that is Scott Benavides right there. Yeah, it is Scott. Is turned around right in front of the flagger stand. And let's see what's happened to Scott. They already had a bad start. And you can see him just getting up into that cushion, seeing they're fighting the car already. They didn't have a front wing, and well, they tried turning off the track before the grid caught up to him. And well, you know, they did not interrupt the track, but they also interrupted the race with that yellow flag. But you know, they lost that front wing, which, you know, takes a lot of grip off the cars. But hey, at this point, it now allows us to breathe just a little bit. 30 laps here, and you know, our heats were so short that these drivers were spread out. But right as they're spreading out at the end of our heats, they started to come back. They started finding their groove. After about 8 laps here, we're going to get into some massive fighting, and it's going to be so great. But you can see the virtual stands are packed full tonight as well, the fans get more opportunities to see these cars. But yeah, that was a very, very exciting opening few laps, and I think Marco didn't. I think we scared Marco a little bit with the fireworks. I don't think anyone else told him about that.
He says he wasn't expecting it. Fireworks here. And of course, it is something now with iRacing at night. When you start a dirt oval race at night, the fireworks will go off. Or when you end an oval race at night, the fireworks will also go off. So seeing that tonight as we get started with all the festivities from Knoxville. And we mentioned at the top of the show, the final 410 winged sprint car race of the season for Cross Series League Racing. And then we're going to see the NASCAR next-gen cars come up for Asphalt Oval. But we're back racing from Knoxville. Diving into the corner goes Adam Thompson. He's going to get the early lead. Rob Crawley fighting with Ashley Molyneux. Ross trying to fight with Tyler Coates in the middle of the pack. Or sorry, that's with Robert Schwenkler. Coates is going to go on by Molyneux. Molyneux slow in the middle of the racetrack. She's going to almost get passed by 2 more cars.
Ashley had a big hiccup right there, falling down into 4th place. And there's Bobby Ross trying to get past Ashley as they're all starting to go onto that outside line. Look at that slide job by Schwenkler into 5th.
What a move to grab that top 5 spot for the 235 of Robert Schwenkler. It's 25 to go. Make it 24 as they come across the start-finish line. but Adam Thompson out in front, unchanged the top 4 as Molyneux was able to hold her 4th spot. So Thompson, Crawley, Coates, and Molyneux the top 4. Then Schwenkler has gained 1 spot from where he started the day. Bobby Ross is up 3 spots in 6th, and he's looking for 1 more on the back bumper of Schwenkler. But Thompson, looking in his mirror, pulling away from Rob Crawley. 6/10 the gap as he dives through 1.
6/10 the gap, and it's going even more. As you can see, everybody getting farther up the track, getting into that cushion even more. That track down low is so worn out. Everybody's going up to the cushion, and it's time to get the elbows out and trying to avoid that shiny stuff. And look at this, diving down to the inside and attempt for the slide job on Anderson. Is Garth? It is Anderson on Kier. Kier trying to still go on to the inside and looking for that slide job. But Kier, oh, big checkup right there. Slide job unavailable, gets up into the cushion, and now here comes 6-9 of Sorum down to the inside.
Everybody starting to stack up as they work their way through turns 3 and 4. Anderson on that top line, able to get right on around. That's going to move Sorum down to 9th. Kier now going to have Jimmy Howitt to his inside as he tries to go on by, trying to complete the slider. He does. He will get by Kier. That's going to move Howitt into the top 10 for the first time tonight. Again tonight. He started up in P7. He's looking for more spots. Robert Schwenkler trying to hold off Bobby Ross, but a very quick number 33 is in his rearview mirror. Same story for Alex Anderson versus Mike Sorum. Sorum is starting to come alive, up 6 spots from where he started.
Sorum has found the groove. Sorum has found the part where he likes. He's found that cushion. He's found the line. Bobby Ross is around.
An unfortunate wreck for one of the faster drivers tonight. What on earth happened to the number 33? On the front straightaway, comes across the start-finish line.
Oh, the 44.
That was a huge slide job from Garst, and nowhere for him to go as he kept sliding up the racetrack.
He sent that down from the other side of downtown. The 44 of Trey Garst. And this is the earlier start. And you can see Trey Garst had a horrible restart. It got to the 67, which bumped him into the 13 of Josh Clogg. Josh Clogg got able to get into the pit lane. That did not bring out a caution, but it really brought out some tempers as Bobby Ross has gone into the pit lane, I believe, to repair that damage, and it maybe clear his head just a little bit. Everything is all fixed up and ready to go, but Adam Thompson just, man, they found their groove. But you know, I think Robert Crawley has really found his groove, because near the end of that split, that stint, Crawley really started closing in on Thompson.
We're going to see what happens here on this restart. And a note on Josh Clogg at Fiercely Forward Racing. Ran 2 races back in the road course section of the series. Got a 2nd place and a 3rd place. Hasn't run any 410 wing sprint car races on the schedule until tonight. This was his first one. As the lights go out in the pace truck, we'll be back to green this time. But Clogg just recently getting into the qualification spots for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship presented by Yokohama. So a great run for Josh Clogg there, and we wish him the best of luck if he gets accepted into the World Championship as we go 2x2, getting ready to go back to racing. Thompson on the inside, Crawley on the outside. Remember, caution laps do not count. We're going to restart with 17 laps to go here from Knoxville. Over halfway done in the feature. Pace car down and away, and we will go back to racing. It's Adam Thompson in control of the field. He goes back on the loud pedal, and we are back underway.
Back underway and back in and dirty here. Adam Thompson gets onto the throttles, gets the field on rolling, followed by Crawley, Coates, Milner, and Garst. Garst with a big move on jumping up into 3rd. Beautiful slide job for 3rd by Garst. Trey Garst up 2 spots, it looks like, from that move. Looks like the 51 having a little bit of problems. Look at this slide job attempt by Schwenkler. Robert staying onto that inside. He's getting a big run to the inside of the 67, struggling a little bit. And just ahead, Ashley's are side by side across the line.
Unbelievable racing right now.
And there is Thompson getting overtaken by Crawley. Crawley with a big set on Thompson. Thompson look for it. Thompson's going to give it a little payback. And here he goes, trying to make that eagle fly down low. They're still side by side. Crawley able to hug that cushion and keep that momentum around the outside. Thompson and Crawley get into each other. The leaders have touched and they're slow on the back end. Here comes Garth, three-way fight for the lead.
Garst now joining the fight in the 44. He goes to the inside of Crawley, makes contact with Crawley. Crawley's gonna go to third, Garst to second. He's gonna fight for the lead now with Adam Thompson to the front straightaway. Thompson in the 244, gonna keep the lead with 12 to go. They all fight back from there. Crawley trying to hold on. He's now gonna get passed by Molyneux. Down to fourth goes to 35. Fighting now for that third spot. Up against the cushion is Trey Garst, but Adam Thompson taking advantage of this and is pulling away.
Adam Thompson's pulling away, but Garst is struggling to keep Ashley behind him, and Ashley is dealing with Crawley, who is sending slide job after slide job after slide job, but Ashley keeps coming back. The fight for third is nose to nose, tail to tail, wing to wing, and Rob Crawley able to finally sneak his way up there with a slider.
Crawley gonna take third, but we know he wants that lead. It's 9 to go, 8 to go now at the line. You're on board with Molyneux running right in the tire tracks of Rob Crawley. Crawley gonna make contact with the wall. That sends Molyneux out of control. She is able to keep that car under her. And as they work their way through turns 3 and 4, 8 to go from Knoxville. Crawley gonna hold on to third as he goes from bottom to the top. Garst now trying to catch up to Adam Thompson. The gap is 3.5 tenths. Make it 3 tenths as Garst goes for a slider, trying to gain as much time as he possibly can. But Adam Thompson across the line into turn 1, holding on to the lead, trying desperately now to keep in front of Trey Garst. They work their way into the corner. Garst gonna go for another send.
Garst with a big send right there, the uneventful slide job on no one. And he's got a little damage on that front wing, and here comes Crawley behind. You're gonna see Thompson just right out in front of him. He can reach out and virtually touch him, but it's 3 tenths, which seems like a mile in these wing sprint cars, and that sometimes makes all the difference. But that track has run its course right now. That cushion is so close to the wall. They're driving on skill. They're driving on feeling right now. Here comes Garst down low. Garst with a send from Narnia up into the lead.
Garst is going to take the lead from Knoxville. Thompson falls to second. What is Thompson now willing to do? Is he willing to pull the slide job of the move to make this win work? Garst goes down to the bottom to block. He's going to go right back up to the cushion. And a fast line from Garst. Thompson might not have time to respond. You're on board with Rob Crawley. And with 3 to go, Crawley looks to the inside of Thompson now. They almost go side by side, but Crawley's going to settle for third. Working their way now through 3 and 4. It's 2 to go at the line. And Decatur, Illinois' Trey Garst for Banff Enterprises is looking to walk away with a win from Knoxville. Looking back at his past finishes, Garst got a win at Lanier. He won last week at Eldora. He's looking to win here at Knoxville and go 2 in a row. The white flag is out. One final lap from Knoxville. And as he comes off a 2 across the National Sprint Car Museum and Hall of Fame, through turns 3 and 4, it'll be back-to-back wins and 3 wins total in the dirt sprint cars for Trey Garst. And what a dominating performance in the last 3 rounds for that number 44 machine.
What a performance. He is the wing sprint car drivers of the Cross Series Racing League. What a dominating series of races for Trey, and that's going to help him a lot in the standings. And it is all Mr. Showtime himself, Trey Garst, and Illinois' own. I'm sure they're all proud of him. It's time to celebrate here at Knoxville, and I think Trey knows how to celebrate it all by standing on top of that podium and lifting it high. Trey Garst, BAMF, takes the win, followed by Rob Crawley and Ashley Milano in 3rd place.
It's Adam Thompson in 4th, Tyler Coates in 5th, Robert Schwenkler, Alex Anderson, Mike Sorum, James Keir, Jimmy Howitt. Back from there, that's your top 10, with Trevor Anderson, Chet Duranic, Bobby Ross, Josh Klog, and Scott Benavidez rounding out the field of 15 that took the green in the feature. And as we enter the post-race show, Austin, what a race that was an absolute barn burner. In the top three, I couldn't think of a more deserving top three. Adam Thompson fell all the way to fourth, and maybe he deserved the top three tonight, but Molyneux, Crawley, and Garst were on it from the start. Thompson just lost it late in that run, and you said it during that caution that over the course of a run, Thompson started to lose speed.
Yeah, Thompson's confidence on that top line was he knows how to get there, but the longer that race went on, his cushion and his line just started getting into spots where he wasn't comfortable with, and he started falling away, and everybody else who really excelled around here and really know how to keep the car in check on the more worn out parts of the track were able to exploit it. We're able to exploit probably the inside part of the line after the line has shifted up all the way outside, and took advantage of a few good slide jobs and mistakes.
Well, we now will grab Trey Garst for an interview. He's joining us now here in the broadcast booth. 2 in a row for you, Trey. Talk about how much this means to you, and 3 total wins in the 410 sprint car portion of the calendar as well. How much does this mean for you, the team, and just your overall confidence here in dirt sprint car racing and cross series league racing?
It means a ton. I mean, I couldn't do it without my team. They support me 100%, and if it weren't for them, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
And working your way through that feature race, looked like Adam Thompson had your number in the short run, but over the course of a run, he'd start to slow up, and you took advantage of that. Was that exactly what you were thinking in the car? Just wait for the time to come to pounce on Adam Thompson to grab that win?
Yeah, I just kind of was thinking, I'm just gonna ride it out. I ran the slider line there for a while after I found out I wasn't really gaining anything on the top, and I caught up to him and Rob made contact. I think that's what kind of gave me my final umph there to get past him, and he went back to the top in 3 there, and I slid him, and that was that from there.
And now, moving forward in the calendar, you didn't compete at all in the road course portion of the calendar. Are you going to compete in the asphalt oval or the dirt road portion of the calendar, or is this going to be 4 races and done for you in cross series league racing?
Nope, I will definitely be here for the other 2 portions of it. I was out of town working, so I wasn't able to make the first 4 races. But I'm glad I made it back home for the 410s, and I was able to bring it home.
Thank you so much for joining us in the broadcast booth, Trey. Congratulations on that first place.
Thank you.
And congratulations on that 3rd win as well for Trey Garst. As we grab an interview with him, we'll transition over to 2nd place. Rob Crawley will be standing by with Austin Knight.
Rob, what a race by you. How was that race by you, and how you feeling after that?
Mate, I'm a little bit sweaty and I'm exhausted, I'll say that.
I don't think you're the only one. I feel like that for all of us right here. Man, Knoxville is such a fantastic race to be at. How's it racing dirt sprint cars here on iRacing here?
Yeah, mate. It's fantastic. I'm not going to say I'm addicted to it, but I'm close to it.
Did that pre-race fireworks startle you? It certainly startled some of us here in the commentary booth.
Yeah, I know. They're getting bigger and bigger every time, mate.
They certainly did, and this race was certainly massive. You had a great fight, and you were fighting towards the end on the back of Trey, but unfortunately it wasn't there for you at the end, but hey, good 2nd place finish.
Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, it was, I'm not going to lie, I thought I was going to maybe be in luck for the win there at one point, but but nah.
It's always good to have that positive spin on things, but hey, 2nd place is still good. You still get a lot of points. Before we let you go, get ready for the next series we're hopping to for next week. Anyone you want to thank?
I've got B&S Decal, On-Shot Photography, Red Ant Designs, and Ace Auditing. They look after us pretty well, so.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of them are proud of you and what you've done in the dirt sprint cars and the final sprint car race of the season. So congrats on that. And over to Josh, who is standing by with Ashley.
We'll grab Ashley Molyneux now, bring her into the broadcast booth. Ashley, 3 races for you run in the dirt oval portion of the calendar. A 2nd place and 2 third places. Definitely nothing to scoff at. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. A little disappointed, but today I should have gotten 4th. Adam should have been on the podium. I think he ran out like coming to the stripe, and he definitely should have been on that, not me. I didn't figure out what I had to do on track until like 5 laps to go, and at that point it's just way too late.
And working your way through that feature race, you stayed up at the front pretty much the entire race, up in 4th, 5th, definitely stayed in the top 5. What was that challenge for you that you were trying to figure out with this racetrack that just kind of prevented you from moving forward?
I was just too stubborn trying to make the outside work, which is completely counter to how I normally drive dirt, so I don't really know what I was doing, but yeah, I didn't realize until a few laps to go that the way to go was just to throw it in on the bottom and let it ride up to the wall. And at that point, I mean, I made up like, I think half a second or a second on people ahead of me, but there's only a couple laps left, you know?
And now we transition over to the asphalt oval portion of the calendar. It was rather lackluster, to be honest, in the road portion of the calendar for you. Dirt oval is where we're really starting to see you come alive. Can you continue this energy, continue this momentum through asphalt oval?
It's drafting for the most part, full throttle with those cars at the tracks. It's going to be a wild card, really. Could end up in the top 5 or winning all of them, could end up dead last. It just depends, you know? It's too hard to predict as far as I'm concerned.
Well, thank you very much for joining us here in the broadcast booth, Ashley, and congratulations on your 3rd place.
Thank you, thank you.
A 2nd place and 2 thirds from Ashley Molyneux in the dirt oval portion of this calendar. A great run for her. And Austin, this series moves now into asphalt oval, starting with the iRacing Super Speedway, which is a gigantic wild card and a gigantic track at that. Of course, stemming off of NASCAR Racing 2003 season, now into iRacing. We got a Talladega, Indianapolis, and Daytona on top of that. So 3 pack racing tracks plus Indianapolis. It's a whole new challenge coming up for these drivers.
It certainly is, and each track brings a little bit different driving styles. I know iRacing Super Speedway has one way of racing. Foot to the floor and elbows out. You know, if you never race NR 2003, it doesn't go by that name. It goes by the name of Coca-Cola Super Speedway. And, well, iRacing kind of lost a bet, and they put that in there, and let me tell you, that circuit is a lot of fun. Daytona, Talladega, you're going to have a little bit more strategy there, and then we head to the greatest track in the world, slightly biased, Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and no, it's not the road course, and because the curbs kind of don't stay down there, so we're racing on the oval like we always should.
And after that, it's Daytona. Then we transition over to the dirt road portion of the calendar. Pro 4 Trucks, Crandon, Bark River, Wild Horse Pass, and Wild West. 4 exciting races to cap off the season. So make sure you join us in 1 week's time from the virtual iRacing Super Speedway when the asphalt oval portion of the calendar begins. We would like to thank the sponsors that help put on Cross Series League Racing, starting with the title sponsor of this race, Nexus Fabrication. They specialize in metal fabrication and manufacturing for commercial, residential, and custom projects, as well as signage, furniture, and metal repair work. Visit them at nexusfab.com. Also, we'd like to thank Acer Engines. For over 30 years, Acer Engine Supply has been rebuilding and restoring engines of all shapes and sizes in the Colorado Springs area. Today, their attention to detail and commitment to customers remains unchanged. From restoring an old classic to getting your daily driver running again, Acer Engine Supply will get you back on the road. Visit them at acerengines.com. Also brought to you by Tamalpais Tanning. They provide full-spectrum UV treatments and custom organic sugar-based DHA airbrush solutions. Located in Corte Madera, California, they are the only salon in the U.S. to offer these services. Red light therapy and blue light therapy beds also available with the doctor's recommendation. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/TamTanCo. Also, I'd like to thank Dangerous because they are a top 3D visualization firm specializing in high-quality 3D product, CAD, package rendering services, and photorealistic product visuals. They specialize in automotive subjects and have extensive industrial and consumer product design experience. Let them help you visualize, promote, and communicate your designs. Visit them at dangerous.net. That is DANGERUSS.net. Also brought to you by Laketown Creations. Family owned and operated, Laketown Creations builds custom, heartfelt creations using wood and other materials for your home or office. We can turn your vision into reality. Check them out on Facebook at facebook.com/Laketown Creations. Also brought to you by Shears Salon, located in Grand Forks, North Dakota. Shears Salon, trust your peers and come to Shears. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Samantha@Shears Salon. Make sure to also check out the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. They are a nonprofit, volunteer-fueled organization dedicated to finding cures for Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis and improving the quality of life of children and adults affected by these diseases. Visit them at Crohn'sColitisFoundation.org. For Marco Barbonera down in the virtual production trailer, for Austin Knight in the booth with myself, Joshua Lee. Race control provided tonight by 24/7 Race Control. And we hope to see you in 1 week's time from virtual iRacing Super Speedway. Make sure you hit the subscribe button here on Apex Racing TV to get notified every time we go live. Hit that notification bell as well. And follow us wherever you can find us on social media at Apex Racing TV. For now, we are saying good night from virtual Knoxville.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.